everybody, and welcome back to Stellaris Ancient Relics for the High Kingdom of Terra. Now, just to sort of go over one minute change since the last time around, I have, in the intervening period between this and the last session, added one other mod that I said I was going to, just sort of get rid of some irritation. And that mod is called it's Vassal Fleet Support, I think was the name. So basically, we get naval capacity from our vassals, and they help maintain our fleet. Of course, we only actually get that from up to 5 vassals. And we currently have it from 2. So, once the month ticks over, and our energy income finally corrects itself and everything, then
construction complete.
We will see what that looks like. First, let's put us onto fastest, because there's not a whole lot happening right now. So, just being on fastest works out best, I think. Since there's not a whole lot going on. Yes, 123 energy credits coming in, and our fleet capacity is a lot bigger, since we have that vassal naval support of ours. And over at Old Ash Station, I'm building another shipyard. Speaking of which, how many alloys? We have almost the alloys we would need to upgrade one of our fleets. Unfortunately, we can only upgrade the shields properly on some of them, because we don't have the high level enough reactor boosts, which is annoying, very much so. Still, going to do that. Okay, that was not what I meant to do. Hooray for clicking on the wrong things. We'll sell a bunch of our strategic resources real quick, because I have no use for them yet. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and order the first fleet to begin its upgrade process, so we can start getting those ships being better at what they do. I also have a couple of very long terraforming projects, 3 of them to be precise, going on, turning an Arctic world, an Alpine world, and a Savannah world, respectively, into good continental planets that we can live on properly with no issues. That's going to take years to finish, though. Literally years. These guys are now inferior to us, so that's just economically speaking. And our army that we have right there, you stay where you're at. I'm going to recruit a bunch more soldiers off of Elysium. We need a larger army. Another 6 how to do it. Of course, this army is going to become basically obsolete once I finally get access to genetically modified soldiers, but there's some time yet before that happens. Rivalry things I don't care about going on. The non-aggression pact I don't care about. Lovely. Truly lovely. Regium. They have unemployed workers. So, we can build a mining district to keep up the theme of Regium being our mining world. Unfortunately, Nova Serica, they have trust issues with us apparently. Not too many yet, fortunately, but they are below 50% stability. And again, a lot of my worlds are getting below 50% stability, which is kind of annoying. Magnetic Miracle. A strong magnetic field around Illyria has been affecting computers on the surface recently. Oddly, this effect is not merely random interference. Instead, computers are actually working more efficiently than they should be. It's almost as if an outside force is lending a helping hand. Fascinating indeed, and we just get more research on the colony. Although that doesn't help because this new boost research, because this is a new colony, meaning there aren't any research jobs there, but with the strong magnetic field research thing, I might think about turning Illyria into a tech world. Just making that somewhere we do a lot of research. Neratum is done with its construction, though. Investigating that data core. Interesting find. A research post at Raksasanan 4, investigating the starship graveyard, reports an unusual find among the wrecks. An almost intact warship with a number of interesting features. They're requesting a science ship to assist with investigating the wreck. Alright, send one then. Where is that? It's not too far off, so once we're done with this data core in Illyria, our science ship can go over there and assist at that point. How are our upgrades coming along? A lot of them are taking a bit. Upgrading. So...
Construction complete.
Nova Serica is done, and we have more alloy found. These upgrades are not taking a long time individually, but...
Special project complete.
And I don't care about something that's outside of our space. It's going to add up. Okay. Tritonus. Yeah, we're fine. We're basically all of those sorts of things. Tritonus, this pop is going to have to stay unemployed for now. Unfortunately. The truth of the Lyad's demise. Our scientists have managed to decipher a key entry in the data cores. In it, the Lyad habitats are still whole. Hundreds of them of various sizes can be seen orbiting the gas giant, which does not have a ring in the pictures. The Lyads in the pictures appear to be attending a public ceremony. A large crowd of them are in a public arena, staring at a screen in which two Lyads are talking. Although it is difficult for us to read Lyad emotions, they appear calm, even upbeat. "This is it," one of the Lyads is saying. "We have discovered what we came here for. We found the meaning of life and death itself. We know now who we are, where we came from, and where we are going." The other Lyad spreads his arms. "We may depart now in peace," it says. "The beyond has no hold over us anymore." The Lyads in the arena cheer and appear to be celebrating as the habitat suddenly detonates. No sign of panic can be seen before the recording cuts off. Rather, the Lyads show a strange mixture of serenity and ecstasy. We can only assume that the Lyads believed, rightly or wrongly, they had uncovered the secrets of their life and afterlife that sufficiently shook the foundation of their society, and they came to the collective decision there is no further point to them living, and they should expedite the conclusion of their life cycle. The cores contain much further data, and many remnants in the debris field have not yet been catalogued, meaning that this site will still provide us with further insights into the Lyad's curious civilization and its achievements for years to come. Fascinating. Lots of society research from that. Yeah, you know, the way they're talking about the Lyads, it kind of reminds me of the Voltam, I think it was. This particular empire, basically one of the precursors that they were convinced, oh fuck me, the Vrax Corporation were tributarized. I didn't manage to get to them in time. As I was trying to say, I'm reminded of the Voltam Star Assembly. They basically thought the entire universe was a video game simulation. A little bit of fourth wall breaking there,
Construction complete.
As a result of that, they concluded that their entire species should commit mass suicide in order to break the simulation. I'm not kidding. That was their actual conclusion about how they should deal with this supposed simulation. It's a little bit mental, actually, and kind of creepy. But that's what the whole Lyad civilization thing reminds me of. Obviously it's kind of different, but you can see some similarities to it there, obviously. Crystalline entity approaches. In Alpha Centauri, our colony's long-range sensors had picked up an alarming signal approaching from deep space. A hastily dispatched probe revealed it to be a giant crystalline structure. A communication attempt from our vessel was followed by an intense energy spike and immediate loss of contact with the probe. We have to assume the crystal is hostile. Our fleet has been put on high alert. Why is it here? Well, I don't know, but it is going to die. We have our fleet and station around here, so they can make it go boom. If it's dumb enough to try anything. I'm not going to actually provoke a battle, but it obviously doesn't feel the same way. And it's perfectly fine with provoking battle.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
Okay. Free. Yes. They're getting closer. And I'm gonna drop us down to the slowest speed, so... we can watch this unfold, and... just marvel at how our fleet tears these things apart. Army recruitment on Elysium is done, but I'm more interested in the battle than anything else. The only cruisers we have in this fleet don't appear to be ones capable of launching fighters, though. Or, wait, hold that thought. Apparently we do have a couple of fighters around here. They're just not showing up very well. There's a couple doing the whole pew-pew thing against them. One of our destroyers was just routed. Okay. I'll get to that in a second. Before we do anything else... I need to move some of our population that's just grown up on Elysium over to Tritonus, so that we can build another consumer goods factory and have civilian industries, rather, and have 2 people working there. Now, this fleet can get some repairs, and we didn't actually lose anything in that fight, remarkably enough. Danger averted. Our fleet has been victorious. Only broken shards are left of the crystal entity. Why it came here and attacked might never be revealed, but our colony is safe once again. A brief scan of the crystal's remains showed them to be composed of highly valuable minerals. Nearby freighters have already been ordered to gather them. While most of these shards will be scrapped for resources, the more interesting pieces will be kept for further study. Some of our scientists already fantasize about possible applications like self-repairing hulls, while others point out there is much foundational research to be done before we can even hope for such a breakthrough. And we gain 1,500 minerals, 150 rare crystals, and get access to the Crystalline Remains special project. So, let's see. What's this Crystalline Remains project? 7 months on our society research. I'm going to wait until we finish our current society research, because that's only 3 months away and it'll give us more starbase capacity, so... quite useful, I think, and the sort of thing we want to be doing. Also, I'm going to take our transport fleets here. The second transport fleet. And have it meet up with the first. So that we can have our really big army in one place. And then I'm going to get a smaller one together. So that we can also potentially invade these guys' space. It's only 2 planets and rather small populations, so I shouldn't need that many. But the corporation here, they're going to be a problem. They have the Vrax as a vassal, and I wanted those guys, so we kind of got screwed over here. Sol Station. how far are you on the upgrades? Just 2 ships to go. Well, make that 1 ship to go. Over a month until it finishes. But then, our first fleet will be up to par in terms of technology, even if we can't get quite all of the shields on our cruisers I would like, just because of the power issues. We'll have to wait on that one, it looks like. Class 2 has been repaired after this battle.
Special project complete.
Our scientists have analyzed that wreck and gleaned a considerable amount of new information from its design that our engineers will find useful. 500 engineering research. Yes, please.
Construction complete.
And we are finished upgrading the first fleet. The second fleet, we need about another 200 alloys for that. So I'm gonna go to the market and buy some more alloys so that we can start upgrading the second fleet. Alpha Centauri
Science Division report success.
won't take nearly as long to finish its upgrades as the Sol's shipyard did, because Alpha Centauri has more shipyards. We've also finished that star-based research, so next thing to go for, there's a few things I'm tempted by. There's Gene Warriors, obviously. It's gonna take a while. I'm considering actually getting hydroponics farms so we could just double down on Elysium and then double down on Elysium and Neratum and have them as agri-worlds. Even better at that than they are. Speaking of Neratum, they need to upgrade their primary building to a proper administration. And I think we've been using them as this, so I'll go ahead and designate Neratum as an agri-world, I think. More farmer output, more agri-district build speed. There we go. So yeah, I'm not too bothered about vitality boosters, honestly. Food from jobs would be nice, but it's still gonna take a good long while. Amoeba flagella is kind of useless. I don't really care about that. And Fortress, it might be nice for being able to increase the amount of naval capacity we have through soldier jobs with some Fortress worlds, but it's not actually that handy in terms of fortifying our borders, because we're mostly setting up vassals and things, and you can't build on vassal planets. Still, it might be useful eventually to be able to get more naval capacity from soldier jobs. But I think I'm going to go for hydroponic farms. It's 9 months. And then we can just double down on our agri-worlds and never have to worry about food again, essentially. But first, I'm going to research the crystalline remains. It'll take 8 months, but I don't really care. Thank you, random computer pop-ups. Really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. Right. Our mining world has some housing problems. Get me another housing district, please. Or city district, rather. Thank you. And let's just keep an eye on Alpha Centauri's shipbuilding speed for the upgrades. Going quite fast. I do like to see my upgrades being nice and speedy. We're already over 50%. Having multiple shipyards really is a godsend. This is why I was in such a rush to set up the Alpha Centauri shipyards at the start of the game, because it just means I can upgrade things so much faster, and it's just so amazingly good to be able to make these quick upgrades. Plus 45% to build speed and build cost too. Wait, what's the difference between build speed and build
Science
time?
Division reports a new breakthrough.
I'm not really sure why there's a difference, honestly. But research station output is up now? Yeah, antimatter reactor. Fuck it. Fuck everything else. We need a more powerful reactor to be able to power more upgrades. It's gonna take years to finish, but I don't fucking care. I just don't care.
Ships refitted.
And that fleet has been upgraded now. Get the last destroyer in this fleet.
Construction complete.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get that. And then I have to get the alloys. Throw down a bunch of cruisers available to me. Since we've got all the corvettes and destroyers in the two fleets at the moment, then we're going to be putting in them in the immediate future. Both of them still need a bunch of cruisers in order to get at max strength, and I'm going to give them that. I'm going to bloody give them that. Okay, area. That would need 10 pops for us to be able to do any building. For the time being, I'll probably just put down a bunch of city districts since it's going to be a tech world. Speaking of world specializations, though, I think I will probably turn Nova Serica into an Ecumenopolis. On the subject of Nova Serica,
Construction complete.
they're going to need some more amenities. That's probably a big part of the stability problem, and I can't really afford
Construction
to lose
complete.
my only forge world, can I?
Special project complete.
And finish analyzing those crystals. The recovered crystal shards show remarkable similarity to the smaller specimens we have encountered before, yet there's a striking difference in their behavior. While previously encountered crystals acted aggressively, their actions had always been limited to their own territory. Also, the enormous size of this larger specimen leads our scientists to the conclusion that it has to be a new species. A material which makes up almost the entirety of its mass possesses astonishing self-repairing abilities. property that may be applied to our ship's armor plates, given more time and research. New research option has been added to the project pool. Interesting. We gained access to crystal forged plating as well as some progress in it. I don't actually know what that technology is, to be honest, so it didn't really affect me that much. Now, lay down our last claim on those guys. Those guys are inferior at the moment. Very, very inferior. In addition, from what I could tell, it doesn't really seem like there's any enemy fleets in that area, so it might be possible to just concentrate up here with one fleet and hold the Whitewood system in combination with those guys. Because they have about 9,000 strength total, so I'm gonna need some pretty big fleets. And I'm still kind of struggling to figure out how these bastards actually have that much fleet strength. Their fleet power is still superior. Okay, I can handle that. I don't exactly need them as... I don't exactly need them as an enemy yet, so not a big deal. And that's all the claims we need down for the moment. Nara corporate holdings are definitely on my list of people who want as a vassal, but that's going to be a long-term thing since we first have to break our defensive pact. Although, when we finally get around to upgrading the 4-star base, I'm going to put one of those increased sensor range things on it, so we can see what's in their territory better. I might be able to use their fleet positioning to my advantage. Something to think about, at any rate. Something to think about. Okay. It's all the resources we can. And actually, I'm going to sell a bunch of food, and then buy a whole lot of alloys. What's the purpose of reinforcing the fleet? Let's see. Valen here. No, that wasn't the one. Interested in Illyria. You get new population from back on Terra, I think. That way we can continue growing Illyria's population so it can be a proper tech world faster. Now back to the matter at hand. I'd like to start adding some more cruisers to our fleets. And 800 alloys bought us 2 of them. Good googly moogly, our cruisers are expensive. That'll have us at 5 out of 7. I'm going to need a lot more alloys soon. Lovely. Just lovely. Barnard Star is nowhere near being able to be colonized. Fucking spectacular. And we have a lot of population happiness issues right now, so things might have to grind to a halt on the war front for a while. While I sort out the political situation in my empire, because it's obvious that a lot of my worlds are not very pleased with me. Definitely not very pleased.
Foreign powers are engaging in active hostilities.
Bonded merchants in the Hive have gone to war. Yeah, you guys have fun with that. Doesn't affect me any, so I don't have to care.
Construction complete.
Now Neritum is a lot happier. Excellent. Very excellent. A lot of these worlds are going to need some more consumer goods, or rather amenities. Valen should get some from the city district's clerk jobs. He seems fine. Tritonus and Nova Serica both need more.
Construction complete.
Really do. 51, 54. Let's do a quick run through and see who has amenity problems and stability problems. Neritum's fine. Regium could do with more amenities once they have a bit more population. We've got a unit of population coming in, so I'm going to give Regium some commercial zones to deal with their amenity problem. Valen is perfectly fine. They're neutral on consumer goods right now. Or amenities. I keep using one term when I mean the other. God. City District will sort Illyria's housing issue. Elysium. They're fine. Tritonus is in desperate need of more consumer goods. So, I'm going to have to give them a district upgrade, I think. Although, once the planet finally upgrades to a planetary capital in 5 more population, that will also solve it. Nova Serica. Increasing their amenities should help. But I wish you got more information from hovering over this as to what's causing the drop in stability. We have 2 unhappy ruler class pops on the planet. Considering how much political power rulers get in my form of society, that would be why. So what's their problem? Faction approval, amenities, hostile fauna. Can't do anything about the hostile fauna, but the amenities. Amenities I can improve on here. I guess the next slot that opens up is going to be amenities and not an alloy foundry. Or I might just build another city district and let the next pops who show up live there. We'll see, I suppose. It really kind of depends. One more cruiser to go. And 434 alloys for a single cruiser. We'll add another one to the first fleet, just because I feel like adding some more, and we do look at that. 7,000 military strength and a single fleet. That's kind of awesome. Not gonna lie, it is kind of awesome. Their fleet power is still considered equivalent. We'll be fixing that soon enough. But I think we should be able to get at least get ourselves up to the point where one fleet is all that's required to take on the Eprians. And then we just occupy them bit by bit and go from there. At that point, they'll be wiped out and all of this stuff will be given over to the Confederation. Including those 2 systems up there. I can't give them right now, for reasons. But yeah, it's looking like it'll be the case that it took us 3 wars to kill the bastards. Seriously. The Eprian Corporation is like the House Bolton of our campaign, for those of you that know Game of Thrones lore. Where they stuck around for longer than they had any right to and literally fought us for every inch. As much as I kind of hate the bastards for giving me such a hard time, I have to admit they're kind of badasses, and I have to respect them for that, for being badasses.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough. Construction complete.
Okay, worker unemployment on Illyria. But they're at 6 population. No, we can't put a research lab down there just yet. But more city district housing now from the research. And this also means that I will be able to take... I'll be able to take the Ascension perk that allows me, if I can remember how you say it, allows me to turn my planets into ecumenopolises as soon as we get that option. So, which of these? There's the crystal forged plating, obviously. That's just more hull points. Which, if our enemies manage to get through the armor and shields of my ships and are directly attacking the hull, then something's gone pretty badly wrong, I think. I'm going to research plasteel armor, level 3 armor. We'll probably be making some armor upgrades pretty soon, and next month we'll get better hydroponics, which is going to help us out a lot.
Science Division reports success.
And there it is. Hydroponics farms and hydroponics bays for our star bases if we ever get that desperate. I'm also going to take more assault army morale and damage, I think. Or is there something else I want more? Let's actually look over what there is. 129 months for Gene Warrior armies, or 65 for this. Yeah, we have a lot of regular armies. I think them being able to do more damage would help us, so I wouldn't have to outnumber my enemies like quite as much before launching assaults from now on. So I'll go for that. Another pop about to come in on Illyria. I'll just leave them unemployed for now, I think. That commercial zone on Regium will be done in a couple of months. We're still building another cruiser for the first fleet, which will put it up to 6 of 7 cruisers. Once I get one more, that fleet will be at max strength. We need about another... That's about another month or two's worth of alloys. I'm impatient, so... I'll sell a bunch of consumer goods in order to buy a bunch of alloys and fast track the process to getting that last cruiser in the production. We'll just wait for everything else that we gotta build for the second fleet, which still needs 5 cruisers itself. This fleet will be about 8 or 9k strength. Once those guys finish, I really should upgrade the Sol Station though, and give it both another trade hub and another shipyard. We need to be able to produce at least some more ships at the Sol Station, I think. And sticking it on one shipyard for our home world's probably not the best of ideas. Up to 48 stability on Regium. They still need a little bit more population to be able to work those clerk jobs and give me the amenities we need. Sol Station's cruiser will be done shortly, and then I can start working on its other cruiser. Tritonus for 36. I might just move that pop over. Okay, so Elysium has another unemployed worker. I could start putting down hydroponics farms there for them to grow more food, but we don't really need additional food production at the moment. And Illyria needs more population to be able to expand to the point we can put down research labs on it. Just to remind you, I've repeatedly expressed that I want Illyria to be a tech world. But so far in Stellaris, I've never played around with dedicated tech worlds, and it seems like the sort of thing that would be kind of fun to try, so I am going to do that. I'll need 2 more pops on there before I can upgrade the planetary administration and build research labs, though, so they're going to be sitting around there upset and unemployed for a little while until they manage to breed enough and that becomes a thing. Speaking of which, distribute luxury goods and encourage planetary growth, please. We need you to grow. We need you to make babies and encourage people to move here so that I can give you the science labs to do the job that I want you to do. And would you... Okay. Our research agreement with the curators has expired. I want to extend it, but first I need to get the appropriate amount of energy. We'll sell a bit of a few things here. There we go. I have 10,000 energy now, so we can sell it and not go completely broke. More research agreement, please. And their opinion's not quite high enough. We can recruit one of their scientists yet. Or anything else. Speaking of, let's actually go into the contacts and check out the other curators. So we've been doing a lot of stuff with the Curator Order. I don't really care for the Marauders. I'm just curious as to what these other people can do, since I never really checked them out. No questions asked, just quality resources ready to be pumped into the arteries of your industry. So, what do you have? Exotic gases for a certain amount of energy a month. I'm sorry, but we don't need exotic gases right now. I'll come to you again if we do. Riggin Commerce Exchange, what have you got? Volatile motes. No thanks. We have plenty of volatile mote income. Selling it is one of my main fallbacks for if we don't have enough energy for something. The artisan troop, though. Let's see what their different things do. We could commission an art piece, which will give us an exhibit art monument decision for more amenities and immigration pull. I don't really think we need that right now, but becoming your patron, that's 4,000 energy, like the research thing. I think we're gonna do that. Give us some more monthly unity for some opinion with them. Seems like a good deal to me. Not sure if I'll renew that one later down the line, though. Might decide not to bother with it. research lasts 2, though. We can start reinforcing the second fleet, finally. The first fleet is about to get its cruiser in just under 20 days. So that'll be handy for them. And our scientist just died. It doesn't really matter to us much because it's been a long time since any of our scientists were doing anything of note, so not really worth caring about. Our trade hub at Crucible could do with an upgrade, though, to be able to bring in a bit more money, but we don't have the alloys for that right now.
Construction complete.
I want to stay at the level of resources we have at the moment, so I'm going to hold off on any more extensive buying or selling on the market. So now, our first fleet is at its maximum strength, as all the cruisers is going to need. 8,000 total. Very nice. Now, we're still not stronger than these guys. That's annoying. The Psychonids are obviously inferior to us. I still want to know how it is the Emprians manage to maintain a larger fleet on equivalent size to ours, despite how tiny they are and how little territory they've got. They have about 10,000 strength right now total. Not all in one place, mind you, but they do have about 10,000. Which is rather annoying. Okay, it is indeed going to be a while until we can fully reinforce the second fleet with all the cruisers it's going to need. If I could be sure, if I actually knew with any degree of certainty that my vassals would coordinate their fleet movements with my own forces, I'd be willing to go in with just an 8K fleet, even though they technically have about 10k, and be reasonably confident I could win with vassal support, but I don't know that, so I'm not willing to do so. So we're going to have to wait and build up some more before we do anything of the sort. Okay. Lyria is at 9 population. Neratum will give them an agricultural district. Good. Tritonus and Terra. With that population, let's move elsewhere. Tritonus be for now, but the population on Terra is moving over to Illyria. They need to work, and the home world is fresh out of places for them to live. Or places for them to work, rather, and space for them to get those places. Now, we build our planetary administration upgrade, that's going to give the planet 3 jobs. So there'll be 1 yet to be filled.
Construction complete.
I think probably immediately follow that up by building a research lab. Get them doing their tech world job. Still a ways to go for the second fleet being able to get another cruiser though. But we are making progress. Progress is being made, that's for sure. Merge our 2 armies together. And now we have 12. 385 strength. Okay. Although, just thinking about the potential war with the Psychonids and the Eprians for a second. Our sensor range, if they actually have a small number of forces in that area as it seems they do, then it might actually be possible just to leave that to my vassals and let them occupy it. I just send both of my forces to mop up over here. We just have to occupy the systems essentially. Then my armies can do that. Though, that would depend on how long it would take our fleets up here, once they were done with that, to move down there. Probably quite a while. A year, maybe 2 years, would probably be a generous estimate. Still, the defense stations are about 4,000 strength apiece. That front line could hold a while if they weren't stupid about reinforcing when it was needed. They have about 2,500. Actually, 944. About 3,200, 3,300 naval strength, all told. If the Protectorate uses it wisely, which I know it's a lot, I know that's a very big if, vassals using their naval strength wisely, but if they did, then they could hold off anything these guys could send at us. With that, combined with their defense stations, and considering these guys have a pathetic fleet power, they probably haven't got a whole lot. Plus, we're not seeing anything indicating that they've got actual fleets in that area. That's not their capital region, that's their capital, which is kind of dumb. These guys have kind of been split into a bazillion different pieces. So, yeah. Anyways, it's quite feasible that they don't have any military forces in that region. Well, that's kind of assumption-y, I suppose. Maybe thinking that's true. but it seems like it could be likely. At the same time, I don't know if we want to trust the vassal to that, even if the corporation up here is the bigger threat. It's a lot of ifs, I have to admit. That's a lot of ifs for how well that would go. It really is.
Construction complete.
Neritum's unemployment issue is solved. And Nova Serica, you can send Tritonus your population. People will upgrade them to the planetary capital. More jobs and more amenities and all that jazz. And some empires being an asshole to us. Watch me not care. Watch me not care. Reinforcing the second fleet for now, and see how things go. A research agreement between two people who don't like us for some reason. It's lovely. Don't care. Really just don't care. All right. Requiem has plenty of jobs for people to do. They show up to that. Annoyingly, they still have superior fleet power. If I wanted to take on the Ancient Kingdom, we'd be relying on our vassals a lot. We have more tradition, though. So now, I'm going to start moving down this path. It's the greater good, so more governing ethics attraction. Hopefully, do something about those aggravating factions that want to give aliens rights or nonsense like that. And from there, we can reduce our amenity usage. Very much a good thing, considering that's a big factor in why so many people in our empire are so unhappy at the moment. I'm pretty sure it is, at any rate.
Construction complete.